Hey, what's up, investors? Lake the Stock Bull here. Leave that subscribe before you do anything else. I have some great picks for you today. Some really undervalued companies in the retail sector, the mortgage sector, and the airline sector, as well as a little bonus stock there at the end that I think is going to absolutely explode. So stick around, let this intro play out. Let's get right into the video. All right, so our first stock that I got for you today is going to be a stimulus play for the airline industry, which in my opinion is incredibly undervalued at the moment. And that's coming in the form of Sprit Airlines, ticker symbol SAVE. Now, once people resume flying, do you think it's going to be mostly business people, or do you think that it's mostly going to be consumers, individuals and families that are going on vacation and visiting loved ones that they haven't had to see in so long because of the pandemic? Well, let me answer that for you. I believe that it's going to be mostly people on a budget trying to get from place A to place B. And the company that's going to benefit greatly from this increase in consumer flight is going to be Sprit Airlines. They're not necessarily targeting all these business moguls and these executives that would be on a Delta flight or a Southwest flight, an American flight. This company is targeting middle-class Americans who are going to be flying the most as soon as this pandemic ends. So this is just a rocket ship with all the fuel just waiting to start off and start soaring high, because we haven't gotten any news yet. We know nothing yet, and the stock is still trading up. But once we get that stimulus news, I mean, this stock could go up 30, 40%. We saw in 2009, there was a big crisis with the automobile industry. And President Obama came out and announced on September 9th that he was going to allocate some funds to reinvest into these automakers. One of the companies that benefited the most from this was Chrysler. And we saw on the day that it was announced, the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks, the stock jumped up 40%. So we would love this. If we could get a 40% swing trade in a couple days, this would be incredible. We would absolutely love this. We see a very similar situation in this article here. The author says that he thinks that the airlines are facing challenges, and they cite the example of the auto rescue plan as Obama administration during the Great Recession back in 2009, where the government took stakes in General Motors and Chrysler in return for stimulus. If they did the same thing with, say, Sprit Airlines, their stock price would go up because the government's buying all of these shares, which is going to rise the price. So we can see in the term of stimulus, and we can see what the share is buying. There's a lot of great news and a really great forward outlook for this stock, which is why I absolutely love it. The next stock that I absolutely love right now is going to be Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY. Now, this stock has been getting beat up in the last couple of days, and it's sitting around 110, just a little bit lower than that, which is a price that I'm absolutely going to love jumping all over in a couple weeks. Now, the reason for this is because of a phenomenon known as the Santa Claus rally. Now, what is a Santa Claus rally? Well, this is the phenomenon that happens the day after Christmas for a couple weeks leading into January, where these retail companies rally massively, and it's known to bring undervalued companies back to where they need to be. And if you look at Best Buy right now, they're just coming off their all-time high, and there's a lot of room to run. As soon as that $120 resistance line is broken, there's a whole lot of room to run for Best Buy. So I absolutely love it. In addition, we have a PE ratio of 15.52, which shows a fair valuation of a company. It's not anything crazy. A fair evaluation of a company is around 15, which is why I love to see that for Best Buy, which means that there's a lot of room to run up and there's not very much downside, the kind of trades that I love. So the way that I'm going to be trading Best Buy is I'm going to be waiting 2 weeks until the middle of December. If the stock keeps dropping, I'm going to buy a whole lot, and I will buy a whole lot of options. I'm looking for anywhere about a 10% run up, so buy options accordingly to that. And I think that we are going to see a massive return on those options because of this Santa Claus rally. And I think that a lot of people haven't factored that in to their Best Buy purchases quite yet. Speaking of undervalued, a stock that is incredibly undervalued, a stock that continues to surprise me every single day, is Rocket Companies. Why I love Rocket Companies is because this is a fantastic company. Not only is it a mortgage company, they're working on their technological advancements, and they're looking to make the entire industry easier to use, and be able to access online. So I see Rocket as a future leader in this sector. They're going to be trailblazers, and I love Rocket Company's business plan. But alongside that, Rocket Companies is a lot of positive catalysts, which are just a hair away from coming into fruition and just a bit away from boosting that stock price in a big. Rocket announced recently that they are going to have a $1 billion share buyback program, which is going to raise the company's share price, because Rocket Companies, they're not stupid. They see that the market is undervaluing their stock. They see all the great things that they're doing. They pulled up their earnings report, and they're going to want to buy back their shares at that low price, because then they have even more ownership of their company. Now, how do we play this as investors? This is a massive catalyst. When there's a share buyback from the company, it's a message to investors that the stock price is too low and that you should buy more, which is exactly what the company is doing. And their main focus is to make some money. Hey, just like us. Another reason I love Rocket Companies is because they have a very high short float at 25.6%. Now, if you don't know what a short float is, it's the percentage of people trading the stock that want it to go down. So we see 26% of people are betting that Rocket is going to go down. What happens if it goes up, even by just a little bit? Well, all these short sellers have to do what's called covering their short, which means they need to buy 100 Rocket shares times however many options they bought. And that is going to, again, boost the stock price. It's called a short squeeze. All these short sellers have to buy in a very short amount of time. And that's when you see those 10, 20, 30% wild run-ups in a day or in a couple days. So this could happen with Rocket Company. We got a lot of great things moving in the right direction for Rocket Companies, and I love it, and that is why it is an undervalued stock. And I had to include a little bonus, a little swing trade that I'm going to be doing. I literally just bought these shares before I made this video, and that is in Northern Dynasty Minerals, ticker symbol NAK. So my reason for this trade is because the RSI is so darn low. You see, if you pull up the history of this stock, whenever the RSI dips below 30 in a big way, there is a massive raise in stock price. We see all the way to the left, that circle, that was a 40% increase overnight. After it dipped down, that RSI dipped below 30, and the stock jumped massively. So NAK is going to be a very short-term swing trade for me. I'm expecting a massive rally anywhere in the span of 5 days, and I'll be cutting losses at 15% as always. And hey, the profits are pretty much unlimited. This stock could go up massively. I don't really know how much it will. Either that, or it's going to trade sideways, or dip, and I will be selling. But I'm really hopeful the RSI don't lie that this stock is going to go up massively. And I'm going to love clipping this segment into my next video if that happens. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could leave a like and subscribe down below, I would really appreciate it. Come join the family. That's what we are over here. We're a big, old, happy investing family bound together by making some money. So if you want to join this great family, go leave that subscribe down below. Hey, maybe leave me a like down there as well. I'd really appreciate you.